I did not balance audio.
Sponsored
I'm
by
gonna hope it works
Zloop. Nothing bad can happen now.
What? Where, you got a Zloop hat?
And a shirt, just in Boston.
The liars, thieves, and lawyers fucking outfit.
I'm gonna have DC Solar swag next week.
Hello.
But this is the last show ever, so that's not gonna happen.
Welcome to Shrimp Hours. 38.
Also got Richard Childress' wine.
Oh, dude.
I got
Wait, where's
slap.
the music? Oh, I've got Sorry, I'm stupid.
These things happen.
Slap squeezes in show and tell before I can even intro the show every week now. Hi, I'm here. I'm DriveThrough. Rusty's here. Slap's here. Cody's back from the dead, and Travis, I think, is here.
Hey,
How we doing?
I'm doing good.
All
He
right.
emerges from the darkness every once in a while.
Can you really not? I can see myself great.
You're just like lurking in the darkness. All right.
Move.
It's like Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
Living
in a world of darkness.
Do we want us to talk about NASCAR at the start since a bunch of stuff happened this weekend?
I didn't see a single thing.
I watched like 5 laps of
Contribute.
Xfinity. It was okay, and I watched like 3 laps of Cup, and it was not very good. That's the extent of my viewing this weekend.
Drama was in trucks.
What happened in trucks? Oh, right, the big old wreck at the end. And Carson Hocevar apparently
Yeah.
hasn't won before.
Did we ever get a life check on that dude that got smoked like for 30? Okay.
Yeah, he tweeted and said he was fine. He was going home to drink beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
he
yeah.
tweeted like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
I deactivated my Twitter because I didn't like it, but also I'm okay."
That's a good first move after a possible head injury. You know, just go consume some alcohol and then fall asleep.
They win in Rome.
Homestead 2019 go-kart track.
F1 was kind of nuts this weekend. They did a typical F1 kind of like fuck up, but it was like a good viewing experience. In the like just kind of watch a train wreck kind of way.
I actually saw most of that. I was
yeah.
awake after I got home from shooting, or back from the hotel, I should say.
Yeah, it was.
But
it
I
was
was
a
so
mess. It was a
tired. I saw
disaster.
where they red flagged it, and then they restarted, and then everyone crashed, and then they red
so
flagged it again, and then I fell
stupid.
asleep before they actually ended the race.
Well, they didn't actually race anymore after that. They just spent
Okay,
like
okay.
half an hour figuring out what to do, and then the answer was to put them in order
ended.
before they crashed, and then just pace a lap and send them home.
What about
So
the
shout out
crashed
to
cars?
the Australian fans got a show. After not having a race for like 3 years or whatever, they just started this one 3 times and they were good. IndyCar was apparently good. I've heard rumblings.
I saw
It's
clips
very
of
good.
it. It looked like
Very
they
good.
were actually able to make some passes and had multiple grooves, which that Texas, yeah, go figure.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know how
like
that
really
happened.
nutty on that like second to last pit stop because like nobody had enough fuel to make it the whole way, and nobody wanted to lead because you consume way more fuel up there. It's like everybody's like trying to be second, and so like this is revolving doors. Like the lead change every 2 laps is great, and it wasn't just like 2 or 3 guys. It was like 5, 6, 7 guys were up there just mixing it up.
Well, I did see like halfway through the race there were like 8 cars in the lead lap, and then it
2
just
at one
stayed
point.
that way to the
It
end.
was 2. It was 2 at one point. That wasn't like a bad like mix up on a green flag pit stops, and then there was a caution. Like 2 dudes just like lapped the field. That was nutty.
All right, shout out to
And it was
IndyCar.
still a good race.
Maybe worth watching this week. Incredible.
IndyCar saved Texas Motor Speedway.
They had one good race.
I still think last year's is pretty legit for Texas.
Yeah,
Well, it's
ironically,
that like
IndyCar
resin's like wearing out, so now they actually have like a second groove now.
Yeah, ironically, Texas is becoming a banger track for IndyCar now. Once that PJ1 finally washed away after like 5 years.
Yeah.
The next segment we originally made to sort of keep track of drama on Twitter, and we titled it "What's Twitter Doing?" But Twitter, it just every week they're doing more weird shit.
Didn't they change the bird to the Doge at one point?
Yeah, as an April Fool's joke on April 3rd.
Yeah, I was about to say like it
It's
popped
just
up for me.
bizarre. It's just weird. It's just like I see shit like that and it's just cringe. And it makes me sad because I remember a time like what 9-10 years ago when it was like a funny meme and they made a coin and they put it on a NASCAR and they got voted into the all-star race because everyone's like, wow, that's cool, dog, funny dog. And now it's been 10 years and
I think
and
he
now
did
it's like
this because there's a tweet that got brought up where he said, if I buy it, I'll make the logo the Doge. So I guess he just remembered that, was like, oh yeah, I need to do that.
Didn't he also put out a tweet that said if you like vote for me to not run Twitter, then I won't run Twitter, and everyone voted for him to fuck off?
Oh, look what
Yeah.
the cat dragged in.
He said they were
Don't
going
worry
to
about
find somebody. So I don't know. Maybe in 5 years he'll remember.
I'm
He
hoping they
lost
find him
that so
soon.
badly, he made it so you have to have Twitter Blue in order to vote in polls now.
I see here. I'm so conflicted
That's so
because
ridiculous.
I hate that Elon got burned so bad on this deal. He's having to ruin Twitter to make his money back. But I love how fucking angry he makes people. Like, he's one of those people that you could just say Elon Musk and watch somebody melt. They just fucking lose their shit at the sound of his name.
He's the new Trump.
Yeah, like I love that.
It's just so cringe now. Everything he does.
But yeah, I agree. Like I hate what Twitter's becoming. But
Yeah.
It's a shame too because you can't DM people on YouTube anymore. You know, this is like the one way that we have to like interact with people who are, you know, Twitch streamers, YouTubers, Instagram people.
Let's go back to MySpace. Fuck it.
That still exists?
No one really. Of course it does.
All right. I never
It's still
used
out there
MySpace.
in
That was
the
before
ether
my
somewhere,
time.
being used by like
Yeah,
maybe
but
200
is there like a
people
community
worldwide.
that's active on MySpace right now?
There
Like,
must
that
be.
shit's
There must
dead.
be a group of weirdos on there.
It's like probably
Like
some
people have taken it
terrorist
over.
group.
People
Yeah.
taking it over
Some
as like their own
radicals.
personal little like racketeering service.
That would be something that like people get kicked off of other platforms go to. Like people who stream on Kick.
I hate that like every time a new social media platform comes out, it immediately becomes like a political weapon. Either for like one side or the other. Like you'll see this new, it's like, oh, this is an alternative to Twitter. And then you get on there, it's like, oh, fuck, no, it's just a bunch of like old racist people. And then like, you go to another one, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the new Twitter. And it's like, oh, no, just a bunch of communists. So like you're just stuck on Twitter.
Yeah, it's like all the worst people that were kicked off of Twitter. And then they like
Yeah.
go off, and then like Elon Musk fell victim to this too. He was just like, "Oh, we're going to allow free speech for everything," and then you realize like, "Oh, those terms of service that we had were there for a reason because all the advertisers left."
And then the rest of us are just stuck. Like, man, we just want memes and shit
Yeah.
posts.
And then the platform keeps getting worse. In the update today, they broke retweets, so stuff just appears in your feed and it doesn't say who retweeted it. Like there's just shit from other people there, and I have to click on it, and then it's like, oh yeah, that person retweeted it. And I'm like,
And if you think this is where it ends, that's
yeah.
Yeah,
The
there's
only thing I do like is the following and for you. Like I hate that it defaults to for you.
I hate
But
that
I
you
like
hit the
having
home
the
button. It
option.
just keeps switching over to the
Yeah,
for you thing.
I hate that, but I love being able to look at like finally be able to look at the following feed where it's like chronological people I actually follow and care about, and then if I want to see new stuff, I can go to for you. So I do like that.
I kind of like it because I'll wake up at like 1 p.m. or whatever, and then I can click on for you, and it just gives me like a catch up of stuff that it knows I'll be interested in that I missed.
Yeah. So I do like that.
The most hilarious thing that they've added is showing the number of bookmarks. So every time there's like every time there's like a down bad tweet or some girl showing her ass, you'll see like there's 4,000 bookmarks, and then you could just like clown on people, and be like, y'all motherfuckers crazy.
I was so scared when I saw that they were doing that. I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
it's public.
Yeah.
So like, I immediately went to my profile. Like, can people see what I bookmarked? Not that like I don't have like a Twitter spank bank, but I have some memes that are pretty edgy.
That dude, mine is absolutely filthy.
I'm not surprised.
You're gonna have to pay for that spank bank soon. Today it's $8 a month for the votes.
Yeah, give us $8 a month, or else we make your bookmarks public.
Tomorrow it's gonna be you gotta pay just a tweet or view. Period. Yeah.
I think Slap just
spank bank no longer.
Slap added one like 15 minutes ago too.
Make jerking off free again.
Oh good.
All right, that's what's Twitter doing.
Hey.
We got a real quick dripper drown this week because I just want to look at a few paint schemes. I just want to start with this one. This one was sent to me on Twitter the day of. So shout out to @NASCAR_fan22_8. Incredible username. Sent me this 23XI, continuously proving to be the worst wrap installers of any professional team. It's tough.
So I heard that SiriusXM requested that the logo be horizontal and not follow the scheme.
That's
one thing, but they also like it's not supposed to get cut off by the wheel.
No.
Like they definitely rotated the back of this one down.
I like that base though.
Yeah, the base is great.
Yeah, base is drippy,
but dinky number outline, and then just melty.
Did you see the replies to that tweet?
No.
Yeah, the designer of this car went and replied to it and said it's not supposed to be like that. So
yeah, of course not.
Look how low that rear tire is, by the way.
Who's the designer of this?
Kyle Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No wonder. Yeah, it's a banger. 23XI things. Derek Kraus was apparently in the 10 car. I just learned.
Yes.
This week. Sponsored by the International Order of Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
The greatest U.S. president of all time.
What is the International Order of him?
He started the National Park Service. So that's probably what it's about.
Okay, that's actually kind of based.
Dude, he got shot while giving a speech and then went up and finished the speech. He's like, no. Wait, before you take me to the hospital, I gotta fucking finish the speech. 45 minutes later, like, all right.
Based.
And he made national parks. That's pretty sick. Anyway, this car looks good.
He broke up the major corporations, went after the banks. I mean, that was the most based president we ever had.
Damn.
There'd be times where they just couldn't contact him while he was in office, like weeks would go by and be like, Mr. President, where were you? Oh, I was just hiking out in the woods.
Didn't he try to like enlist while he was president or something too?
Probably.
After he was out of office by 1912, he tried to enlist for service during World War I.
He's based.
What a badass.
And he actually fought in the Spanish-American War.
This car's pretty sick too. It looks a lot like the High Rock car. I'll be honest.
To say, it's like a High Rock, but
it is also the Bush thing. It's just like landscape across the side, across the hood.
Yeah,
it's still sick. I mean, all those colors.
The bear and the freaking elk.
It's a good template. It's a good template to follow.
Yeah, I have no idea how well he did in the race, but the car looks good.
He actually did pretty well. I think he
finished last.
He ran pretty. Oh well,
Jesus.
Did he
I like how the 10 car is just like
12th. No, I have no clue.
I like how the 10 car is now just like every rookie and like every veteran that just wants to run a random Xfinity Series race just hits up calling, be like, hey, I got a Chevy contract, put me in, coach.
Yeah, and Landon Castle sitting at home. Unfortunate.
Candle.
Who is this?
Jeb Burton.
Jeb Burton 27 car. Contractor rewards. It just looks like a Menards car. This makes me think of Paul Menard seeing the 27 with a friggin' bright yellow car with a black hood and some stuff on it.
Fisherman got turned into a car.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what that makes me think of.
It kind of reminds me of that Kenny Irwin like 27 car where it was just like a bunch of random colors because he was sponsored by like Tonka or Nerf or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
That looks sick. So shout out to Mosack, Mo Problems in the 24 car.
That looks cool.
That's a sick design. I love that.
Another Kyle Williams banger.
Yeah. Joey Gase has had like a lot of Donate Life Virginia cars
with the hand
or whatever state he's in. This is sick.
That
got little flowers on it and a little frog.
Lily pad.
I think that team consistently has really good schemes.
It's an interesting color combination that you wouldn't think would work, but it does.
Jordan Teague's designs, I think he did this one. He does a bunch of other stuff that go on the 53s and 35s. They look good.
Is that Go Fast font?
Yeah, but yeah.
No,
a lot of other teams have used that, but yeah.
But the blue and green looks great, and there's like a slight grading on it that doesn't take over the car, and then they threw in the pink as an accent. It looks
it's cute colors.
Sick.
All right, that's all I've got for Drip or Drown, but
I'll have to drop
the entire cup race.
I'll drop one for next week. I saw like an Allgaier car. It looked kind of patriotic. I thought it was kind of a banger. I'll drop
I
it
can
next
pull
week.
it up.
I'm not holding up the
shit.
show. We'll keep it moving.
Hold my,
No,
hold
I
my
actually,
Dale
I
tweet
got it.
real
I got
quick.
it on. There you go. I got you real quick. Hold on.
There you go,
This
Rusty.
thing. You talking about this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I got-
Commissary.
I got one to add too. Real
Of the
Commissary?
United States Armed Forces. The fuck's a commissary?
Oh, that's
It's like
where.
a kitchen,
It's
That's
your food in
a
jail.
place where you eat. Yeah.
No, I thought the commissary was where you bought civilian items if you were a service
Well,
member.
yeah.
I'm
Oh well,
not
in
sure.
jail you can buy like ramen noodles and candy and soft drinks and shit on commissary.
That reminds me of that Dan
All right.
Marino car
We're
from
appro-
1998.
We're
I was at,
approaching-
dude. I went to the commissary at Yokota Air Force Base in Japan. The only thing they had there was like just junk food and like White Monster.
And how much did you buy?
That was the only place where I could find White Monster in Japan, so I bought like 5 cans.
Not surprised. Anyway, car looks cute.
Banger patriotic scheme.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
that's-
Cody,
Apparently, like that's like a widespread thing in the American military. It's just like everybody in the American military just drinks White Monster because that's the only thing they have in the commissary. Like it was so bad that my helper, who was like just got out of the army like 6 months before he became my helper, saw my White Monster Energy like in the cup holder of my truck and asked me where I served.
Served. UPS, sir.
Yokota
Yeah,
Air
Cody.
Force
oh, yeah,
Base.
Co-
Cody had
little-
some dirt tracks on his Dale car.
It's like reverse base, like Dale.
Oh, it is reverse. I
modified.
didn't even consider that.
But yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Is it?
No, it's definitely not. It's like that Dale Jr. car that he won. That
It's like the
Daytona
Dale
Xfinity
Jr.
race.
one, but that's reversed from his normal Wrangler. It's the yellow in the front and the blue, or the yellow in the
Yeah,
Look
it
at
has,
the one
it has a blue number.
back and blue in the front with the blue number.
I think they just
Look-
pushed the
look.
blue up further, and that's what's tripping all of us up.
Look it
I
up.
think Caleb's right. Caleb, where'd you see this? Why'd you send me this picture?
I was at the fairgrounds the same day as when Cody took that,
Oh.
and so some fan at the fairgrounds literally just had like a tricked out Dale Earnhardt
Yeah,
That's
you're
pretty
right.
sick.
You're right. The blue
or
threw
Monte
me
Carlo.
off.
Yeah, the blue through.
It's
Yeah.
like an 85 Monte Carlo with just a full
Yeah, dude.
Dale wrap.
Dude, and it even had like the tires and shit. Like, I wish I could have met whoever had this car. I was walking to get my credentials and saw this.
They're probably ancient, whoever it is.
They
Now
got
my NASCAR.
probably lots of life stories to tell. What's wrong with being ancient? You
That's fine.
ageist.
All right, that was Drip or Drown.
I got one more.
God,
God
damn
damn
it.
it! You've had all this time.
I
People have been
just got
dumping other
remember.
things.
I just remembered something.
You
I just got remembered. Yeah.
I just got remembered. Yeah, I'm
In
Stupid.
memoriam. What is it? Stafford Speedway modified Noah Corner. That's a great name for a left turning race car driver. Got it looks like a Ryan Newman car.
no, it looks based.
Well, I guess it looks also
Sick as
Jeff
hell.
Burton-y.
Yeah, Jeff Burton is what I
Yeah.
was getting.
The red 31, the friggin' black, yellow, and black.
Those are
There's
some
another one right
underrated
behind it, too.
cars. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that a
Is that a
27?
27?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice.
27 up there.
Yeah.
Also RCR font.
Big
It's
RCR
also probably
fans.
sick.
Interesting.
All right, shut up.
Look how shiny those fucking tires are, though.
I was just looking at that.
They look like
It looks
F1
like they
tires.
still got the plastic on them, like the
Yeah.
Saran wrap.
All right,
Love
no
me some
more
modified.
submissions for fucking
All
the
right.
segment that's been over.
Hold
No,
up, I got another one.
Shut up. It's time
No
for Animal
dripper.
Planet.
No Drip or Drown will ever be as long as when Caleb hosted.
All right, my fault.
He
Dang,
literally
I
went
tell
through the
y'all,
whole goddamn field.
We should have shot him.
that was real Animal Planet.
See what you did, Rusty.
What did I do?
Moo.
See? Yes, see.
Oh, when I when I put something bright on this screen, I can see Travis better. Like when the Animal Planet intro was on, you could actually see him. All right, Animal Planet is the segment of the show. You already know what it is. Never mind. Like we're on episode 40. If you're just tuning in for the first time,
Go watch the other ones.
you.
By the way, I'm just gonna do
Kill yourself.
preemptively before it does it on its own.
Clean that sensor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm glad I got a pop out of you there, Rusty.
If you're watching this show for the first time, sorry, this is the last episode ever.
We'll be safe.
But Animal Planet is the segment
Hey,
where we talk
can
about
we-
animals. What?
Can we tease like the Grandmaster plan before this thing dies?
Like, we've mentioned it on the show. It's just,
is it dead?
it's close.
No.
It's close. It's
Okay.
closer than it's ever been.
It's in the works, but it's
But I
slow
can't like commit a timeline yet. But there's a few
It'll-
pieces that have to come together. That's it.
It'll be ready when it's ready.
I wanted to have it ready for April, but I didn't. Get fucked.
That was our
Fucked
April
it.
Fool's joke.
Cody, where the hell were you?
That's a good question.
Kansas.
I'm in what track? Yeah.
This past weekend, I was in fucking down in western fucking Kansas. Had a 14-hour drive. Literally a 14-hour drive. I'm not even exaggerating for the meme. That was the length of drive each way. Down to RPM Speedway.
Did you go to Spangles at least?
You know, I really wanted to on the way home, but I was just
no.
in such a rush to get home. I just
Oh yeah, Spangles where you can get
Yeah, just get
Crown
the-
Coke.
Get the
get a
drive-through-
Coke for the road.
Yeah,
Can I
the
get a
drive-through
margarita
vodka
for the
slush.
to go,
Yeah.
please?
Damn.
But I guess this is like a trifecta of animal stories from one day.
Animal Planet trilogy.
It might not be in like order of excitement, but I'm just gonna go chronologically just to avoid confusion. But
Sure.
so yeah, 14-hour drive. I left like 2 p.m. that Friday. Like no, it was like 1:30. If anyone in the area might have known, that was the day there's just horrific storms. Well, does anyone in the Midwest? That
Dude,
day?
that shit went from like Oklahoma, Kansas, all the way out to Tennessee and up to fucking Ohio.
There were
I'm-
tornadoes and stuff, right?
I may or
I
may
saw
not
so
have.
many videos of dudes like standing outside of their house, just like recording the tornado.
Or standing like,
total
in, like
dad.
the
That's
They're not even
total
in
dad.
standing in like the restaurant.
Honey,
like,
come to
main
the basement.
area.
No, I gotta film it.
Like standing in like the all glass paned restaurant
Yeah.
area of like a fast food restaurant, like, oh, what's happening out here? And
Oh,
then like
I
all
gotta
the windows
find
get
that
blown
video.
out.
I gotta find that video for crazy videos later. Yeah, someone was like filming a video in like a little like outlet mall area, and they didn't lock the little glass door they were filming from, and it like
Oh my
sucked them
God.
out.
Oh my god.
Like twist,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
like
intro
the-
of Twister style.
Yeah, like the door like kind of comes open and you just see the guy like start holding it. He's like, oh, I'll hold this. Like, no, you fucking ain't. Not against 200-mile-an-hour winds, dude.
Yeah, you
Alright,
gotta
anyway,
strap down.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, on the way down, like it was one of the most stressful drives ever. Like I almost literally hit, or I might have been in like a small tornado, like in northern Illinois. There was a
Might
point. There was a point where the wind was whipping so hard I could not see a foot in front of me. I had to park.
The
Are you in a
wind?
rental or your car?
Yes. Like the
Uh,
rain, it was just a like horrifically heavy storm with just crazy whipping wind, and it's like it was literally like this might literally be an F1 tornado that I'm like
Yeah.
in the middle of right now. Dude, those things are powerful enough to like knock over small trees and shit, but it's not gonna suck your car up and pick it up.
Dude, when I came
Dude,
up from
look at March 31st in northern Illinois. There was small tornadoes like fucking everywhere. Like I'm not making this shit
Can't
up.
confirm.
Rusty
dude,
doesn't
when I was
believe in
driving
wind.
up from Florence, I ran into like a bad rainstorm, like this massive squall that just like came over. I literally could not see 20 feet in front of my vehicle. Like everybody starts throwing on their hazard lights just so people behind them can see them and everything. And like we slowed down to like 10 miles an hour. You just could not see shit. And I-26 that goes down to Florence, that's like flat, straight highway the whole way up. And still, like, you just couldn't see shit. It was like honestly kind of scary, even going like 10, 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I've seen so many dash cam videos of like either fog or like heavy rain or something where guys can't see like 20 feet in front of them and they don't slow down and then just plow into traffic. Slow
Yes.
down when you can't see. God
like-
damn it.
On I-55 somewhere between Odell and Pontiac, Illinois, I just hit a massive squall, and for about 10 minutes you could just not see anything, and the wind was just crazy. And so yeah. Then once that cleared out, it continued on. I finally got to my destination at like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. You okay, Rusty?
I don't know what
We haven't heard from Cody in like 2 weeks, and he's like, "Dude, it was totally an F1, bro." Just like, shut up. I'm sorry.
Well, what is Rusty? Rusty, since we're not doing crazy ass moments in history, Rusty has to pop off at something. Oh, he's over here.
Yeah, these
I haven't-
supposed
We're like 10
near-death
minutes in the. We're like 10 minutes into Animal Planet. I haven't even gotten to the track yet.
All right, all right. I'm sorry.
I don't know what Rusty
yourself,
finds so
Rusty.
entertaining about this.
We haven't heard
Anyway.
a word from this man, and he's like dropping like casual.
He's telling
like,
us where he
I've been
was. What do
busy.
you
I've been on
mean?
14-hour drives,
He's been busy
motherfucker.
fighting fucking tornadoes, dude.
Yeah, he
get off
comes
my
back like a
ass.
changed man. He's taking like 1 week off at Shrimpage, and he's conquering tornadoes and killing animals at the racetrack.
I don't show up in the Discord for like 6 days. This motherfucker like thinks I'm dead. It's like I'm working, motherfucker. I literally was at the track / driving for the last 3 days straight. Sorry.
We might have announced your death on last week's podcast. Don't
I
listen to that
listened.
one.
And you guys, and it was
his own
it was a
funeral.
great podcast, and you guys praised my city and my state for about 10 minutes straight while I was not there.
We did. Shit.
And I was so angry.
There's a whole bit
that you
about
did
that.
it. Of course, you would do it while I'm not here.
Well, I mean, if it comes from you, nobody gives a shit. If it comes from us, it's real.
Was that not your reaction though when you were listening to the podcast?
No, I was like, holy crap! Like these guys, like they're saying such nice things. Like I wasn't angry at all, but I was thinking, it's like, how hilarious would it have been if I just came back? It's like, how dare you guys say this? So I'm not here. And literally, like maybe 5 or 10 seconds after I had that thought is when you guys said it on the. I just, dude, it was a big laugh out loud moment. All right, I'm trying to plow through just because I still have a lot to talk about. Don't want this to take too long, but finally get to the hotel like 4 a.m. Next day, it's about a 15-mile drive to eastbound on I-70 to the track. Sitting in the right lane, just chilling, listening to the podcast. Come up over a crest. There's a Rusty. You would enjoy this. We've talked about this before.
that exact spot.
The Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas area. There's just something about that region of the country. Road debris. Just shit just laying in the middle of the fucking interstate.
Just
In this
tons of
case,
shit.
it was part of a big chunk of a shredded truck tire.
Oh my god.
It was a 2-lane road. I was in the right lane. I had a car next to me. Speed limit 75 miles an hour. I had nowhere to go. I slowed down as much as I could. If I cranked it to the left, I was gonna hit the car next to me. If I cranked it to the right, I was gonna fly off the road at nearly 80 miles an hour. So I slowed it down to maybe 50. I still caught this thing with the right front of the rental car,
Aw.
mind you. And yeah, if you'll pull up that damage. So yeah, this is what I was dealing with before I even got to the track.
Damn.
Was this mine? Fortunately, it just seems cosmetic to the bumper and just the bumper alone. There's no
Yeah.
fluids leaking out. There's no weird noises to the radiator. There's no fender damage, headlight, anything. It just seems a simple replacement of the bumper.
Take that to Landon Huffman. He'll get that buffed out.
Yeah.
So, it
Yeah,
should-
Yeah, he's used to repairing
He's an
cars.
expert at that shit now.
so fortunately, it shouldn't be too big of a hit to my insurance or
I'll no
Whatever
Nah,
doubt.
happens.
something
Speaking
like-
of Landon, he'll fucking back it in, destroy a race car. We'll load it up in the trailer, and I'm like, well, damn, like that'll look good hanging on the wall. And then I'll come in Monday afternoon, and he's like, yeah, we got the sumbitch fixed. It's all back together. I'm like, how in the fuck did you get? It looked like a tin can earlier. How did you get it back looking like this?
He's
Sorry, I
like
didn't
a
mean to
master
interrupt, but-
fabricator and like just knowing like how to get sheet metal and fiberglass bent in the right way
It's
and like
funny
touch it up so it looks like almost new.
You say master fabricator, and it's really just a bunch of us sitting in the floor beating the shit out of it until it looks straight.
you say
Those-
master
those are always the-
fabricator really quickly and talk about beating the shit out of things. It's such a strong idea.
Cody, have you talked to the rental company? Did you give that car back?
Yeah, like literally 10 minutes after that happened is when I got to the track. Like it was a close commute. I made all the calls. I called my insurance. I called the rental car place, my employer Flow, which it was booked through. So I did all the steps.
They'll be
It's
fine
just
with
kind of a
that.
gray area right now because I'm a contractor. So Flow booked it for me, but I was the driver. So my claims adjuster just needs to do a little bit more research or talk to her supervisor to figure out if it's my insurance or the flows that covers it, but I mean, I got insurance, so I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal. Worst
Yeah,
case,
because
worst case scenario, I have to pay a $500 deductible just to get it replaced.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, it's not the end of the world.
Because this is about the exact same damage my dad did to one of his rental cars working on a movie when there was an errant signpost apparently on the shoulder of this highway.
I mean, you
And
can
he
see
basically did the same thing where he cracked the front leg under of the bumper, and then they're like, yeah, whatever.
like a foot more to the right, I would have missed that thing. But that thing was like right in the middle of the lane. I got just enough to where I like could have glanced it without hitting the car that was to the left of me. But I mean,
You guys have
Sure.
talked about these specific highways
road
too.
debris in like the Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas area. That's exactly where I was. It's right when like you start losing grass and it starts becoming desert. Like that's
Yeah.
it's, like I swear to God, I literally saw a fucking couch laying in the middle of the interstate one time.
As you
North
do.
Oklahoma City, dude. Just
Dude, this is only part 1 of 3 so far of this Animal Planet, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is like abandoned cars and like I-95. Like once you start like from South Carolina down to Georgia and Florida, you just start seeing more and
Dude.
more abandoned cars on the side of I-95. I don't know what it is.
So many abandoned cars on I-4 in Florida. That blew my mind. That is just not a thing that happens. When you go to Florida and there's just cars, and then I was just, I talked about this on the
Just
podcast.
wreckage.
I'm pretty sure. I was driving with Los, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that one's been there for a while. It's got a sticker on it." And I'm like, "This is just a thing that happens all the time."
Yeah, it's just like Florida things. Like, yeah, I'll come back for it in like, I don't know, 2 months from now.
You know what really annoys me about hitting that piece of tire too? That night or the previous night, like when it was the pitch black for hours, like I saw pieces and I was like having like change lanes to avoid shit on the road, but it was an empty road so I could do so. And then of course in the daytime when I've got a short commute, that's when I hit it because I come up over a crest. I've got like 3 seconds to react and I've got a car right next to me.
Yeah.
So I think I got it slowed down like maybe 50 or so from 75. But yeah, when you're going 75, you're not going to come to a complete stop in 3 seconds. Unless you got like cracked brakes or something, those Brembo brakes. But
F1
right.
brakes.
so yeah, that happens. I get to the track. I've had like 5 rainouts in a row now, so I've just been eager to get back working. I'm like anxious. I just want to make sure everything's going well. Like the setup was a breeze. Everything shooting wise was actually fine. Like the stream went fine. Shooting was good.
What the hell is this track called?
It was a it was,
RPM.
Rolling Plains Motor Speedway, or RPM Speedway for short. Not to be confused with the RPM Speedway down in Texas. But this everything was pretty good. They had 5 different classes running, and like for the amount of classes running, the show was going on pretty well. But towards the end of the night, they just started wrecking. Come
To the
feature
middle
time,
of nowhere.
yeah, between Ellis and Hayes, that's where on eastbound on I-70. That's where
Jesus
the tire was.
Christ.
Yep.
There's
Yeah, you
nothing
see-
there.
Do you see it right where I started to talk about where you start to lose grass and starts to turn into
Yeah.
desert? You
Yeah.
see it? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there.
God damn.
You can see it in the topography view.
Dude, I bet we could find road debris if we just street view this.
Dude, it just
But
struck
keep
tires
talking.
everywhere. So yeah, the race was going on fine. Everything was going breezy, but then it just gets to feature time, and yeah, these guys, it's been a 6-month off season. They haven't raced since October, and it's their first race of the season. They're gonna be racing for another 6 months. I've never seen so many drivers so eager and such in a rush to crash their own fucking shit than I have that night. That was probably one of the top 3 worst nights once we got to feature time I've ever seen. It was literally probably a caution for every 2 green flag laps. 2 laps caution. 2 laps caution. And they weren't quick cautions. I mean, like it wasn't the slowest.
Debris strewn all over the racetrack.
But I mean, they kind of had an old school way. They're basically just like radioing every driver, like, "Hey, like you need to get behind this guy, all right, you need to get in front of." I mean, it just took a while to get everyone lined up, and so it's like 5 or 10 laps per.
I got yelled at
minutes
on
per
one of
caution.
those one time. I went a lap down on the pace lap. I did.
What?
I went a lap down on a pace lap for a heat race. because the thing would not go in high gear.
Oh
So I'm out here,
yeah.
I'm trying to get it in high gear, and I went a lap down, and they're yelling at it. They ended up.
Was that Brownstown?
I flipped them off at one point.
Will Power style, hell yeah.
That might have something to do with it.
From the car, yeah, which I shouldn't have done. It wasn't their fault, but they were just the person on the mic was being a little brave.
Well, I thought caution laps don't count. How'd you go a lap down?
Well, I didn't go a lot. I mean, they caught back up to me.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't start the heat race.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I did hear the race control guy or like the race director being like, "Yeah, get back there." He's like, "You see, he keeps trying to gain laps under caution. Like right when the yellow comes out, he's gaining some spots."
Typically, well, never mind. I can't say that.
Well,
all right. So
I'll tell y'all
Cody,
later,
I have a
I'll get in
question.
trouble.
I have a question about that racetrack. Is there a wall all the way around it?
No.
No, there isn't. Okay.
There is no wall basically aside from the front stretch.
Okay, so I had a theory that guys race more clean when there is no wall.
There's a lot of times where people ran wide in 2 and they disappear for like 3-4 seconds, but then you see them pop back up, like back over the little lip on the back. It's like, oh, they're good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I'd rather have some runoff area, like slow down, gather it back up, than just get back onto the track safely and hit a fucking wall. I mean, I kind of understand.
Yeah, because All right, keep going.
As long as you don't have like a pit area or trees, you just have an open field. I mean, just have some. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hit anything. Just
at Florence, there's like it's kind of banked on the backstretch, and then it just like drops the fuck off. So if you fall off the backstretch, like you're going into the woods. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no coming back onto the track.
There's no walls over there. I think that's the water for the water truck. Yeah, just no walls aside from the front stretch, pretty much.
Just field.
Turn 3 and 4, obviously. So long story short, I mean, this night that was going smoothly, got to feature time to start going really, really slow. A broadcast that should have been like 4 hours tops, ended up being 7.
Oh,
got to around the 6-hour mark. We're time for the final race, just some random support class modified, just not like the premier series or anything. Let's just come spray some just a little quick spritz of water real quick. Apparently, the driver of the water truck fucked up. They dumped a shitload of water onto the track accidentally.
Oh no.
So while
God.
we were waiting for the final feature of the night, which was just some random little bum dunk support class.
Bum dunk support class.
We had to sit there and wait for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
So I could wait for the water to soak into the track so it wasn't so slick and there wasn't like standing water. And I mean, at that point, like there's a decent crowd, like for most of the night, but at that point, it's like, I mean, it was.
Yeah, I'm out of there. See you later.
Mind you, it's about 30 degrees and there's about 40-mile-an-hour winds gusting consistently, so it was freezing. And yeah, I was getting chilly. Whenever there was a caution, I was like, all right. I kind of zoomed out. I locked down the wide shot and I just ran into the press box to fucking try to warm back up. And
that's the same situation that happened at South Alabama Speedway, but they got delayed because of rain. It pushed qualifying back by like an hour and a half. So they were like, you know what, fuck it, we're doing the Pro Late Model race first, and then we'll do the Roadrunner like street stocks afterwards. And so they did that, and then when the street stocks came out, like everybody was done. Like as soon as the main event was over with, everybody like cleared out of there because it was 40 degrees and 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it was cold as fuck.
It's chilly and it's getting late. Yeah, I mean, I understand. And just a little last kind of icing on top of this whole cake that was this interesting weekend. Right at the end, of course, like one of like the last 12 people in the stands that were still there for the final feature happened to be some group that like just right on par with that urinal meme where it's just an empty bathroom and the dude has to come right next to the dude peeing to pee, like even though there's like 20 empty urinals. There's a group just sitting right in front of me, which I don't necessarily blame them because I'm set up where I am, obviously, because it's like the best vantage point to shoot from. So I mean, they probably have a similar thinking that they want a good vantage point. But this one dude, he was one of those dudes where he was dipping, and instead of having a spitter, just all over the fucking bleachers. And it was just brown. Like these aluminum bleachers were just brown by the end of the night. Like 2 rows in front of us,
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, it's stained, dude.
He had 2 girls with him, by the way, so I can only assume
Oh.
that they were so turned on by that, like, and not just
Oh.
silently
Some chicks
repulsed,
like
but
dudes with dick.
or just they're
Dip,
too
not dick.
scared of.
I guess they do like dudes who dick too.
Yeah, breaking news.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That was my interesting trip down to Kansas and back this past weekend. I'm glad to be back working again. I missed being at the track. I should have been back at the track like a month and a half ago, but it was rain out after rain out. Mother Nature's been quite a meanie these last.
And you don't
months.
like if it rains, you don't get paid, right?
No. If I'm sitting at home and they announce like a couple days ahead of time, like, hey, it's canceled. No. If I'm at the track and we're set up, it's like it gets canceled. It's like, hey, we're there, we're set up. I'm getting paid that. So
What are these other-
basically, yeah, if I've made the commute, yeah, we're getting paid.
What are these other 2 pictures you sent me?
Just some random bonus ones. The Mountain Dew one. That was like a dumpster right behind the press book. There was some sort of
god.
Mountain Dew catastrophe.
These are all full.
Shit, I love
They're
some
full.
Dew.
They must have been
What?
like sitting. They must have been like sitting out in the sun or something. So like they were unsafe to drink. 'cause
These
the
Pepsis
plastic.
are all full.
But yeah, there's some sort of.
Were they like
catastrophe.
past their expiration date and they're like, oh shit, we
Do
gotta
sodas
get rid of 'em.
expire?
No, it's
if you leave-
all sugar.
If you leave plastic bottles out in the sun, the plastic's gonna degrade and get into what you're drinking. I mean, if you like drinking microplastics, I mean, all the more
Can't
power
just drink
to
that
you.
all the time.
It almost looks like there was some sort of something with like whatever room that was in. You know what I mean? Like maybe they found mold in a room. 'Cause, like,
Maybe,
there's a lot of other
something.
shit.
Toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl. Yeah,
Like I feel like there's
new
nacho
toilets.
here.
right next to the nacho.
What is this? Margarita
Jack,
mix.
Oh, it's
margaritas.
margarita in a can.
Oh, is that a White Claw?
I think-
Mix
oh, I
pack,
can't
whatever
tell.
it is.
Dude, I'm a fan of like all these canned cocktails and stuff that are popping up.
Dude,
out
the
here.
Cayman Jack Moscow Mule tastes exactly like a
I was
Moscow
gonna
Mule.
say
Yeah.
the Moscow Mule cans. I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
I even like the Jack and Cokes. They're not as good as
Yeah.
the real one, but they're good.
Yeah. I couldn't have a lot of them, but I'll have one and be like, yeah, it's not bad. Can
You
and
don't even-
drink.
You don't even have to show the picture, but just for context, that other one I sent. Just this little side note: this track was just right in front of. Yeah, there's just a little equestrian complex, like right behind
All the horse
back-
people.
And when I showed up, I just saw all these horses just walk. People on horseback walk around everywhere. I was like, am I at the wrong place? Like, but no, they were just doing like a little like a horse show like before the races, like for the few hours.
Just
before the
turning
races
some
and
laps,
stuff.
you know.
Do rodeo out
So
there?
it's literal Animal
Probably.
Planet. Just tons of horses.
And then you've got race cars over there.
Oh, look at the horse haulers.
Yeah, the horse haulers over.
Just right
Because
across
I
from
pulled
each
up
other.
and I just saw nothing but horse haulers at first. I was going down that road behind the equestrian complex. I was like, I'm trying to get to that press box. Am I going to the right place?
Real quick on the topic of canned drinks. There's like a local, I think it's a Toronto thing, like an Italian style soda or soda. It's like kind of root beery, but like kind of not. Called a Brio. They slap. I love them. And they made like pre-mixed can versions that they'd sell in liquor stores. And they only made them for like 2 years, and they were so good. And I loved them. And I haven't had one in like 5 years, and I'm sad. That's all. That's my bit. I want to express my frustration. Bring back the hard Brios.
Yeah.
Do we have any other Animal Planets?
I have one, and it's I was supposed to share it last week, but I got sidetracked and wasn't here.
Were you?
So
Yeah, I was gonna say you weren't here last week.
no. I had a picture for it, but I'm in mid move, so my phone's dead, and I don't have a fucking charger here at my house, so it's dead. But yeah. So my first week at work, I went out for lunch on the Friday. So last day of my first week. And so for context, in this town, it's literally like a 250 person town that this race shop's located in. So there is 5 lunch places. It's a Sonic, a McDonald's, a Subway. There's a banger taco shop that I have spent a lot of money at already. And then there is a rundown pizzeria. And so I had gone to each and every one of them just like on that first week to see what it was all about. I mean, the McDonald's and Sonic was about what you expect, but this pizzeria, I went and like got like an order of pizza and some wings and just like sat down, and I noticed like under my table that there were just like fucking chicken bones like everywhere. Like someone had like just eaten the chicken bones and like thrown them on the ground, and just nobody had like tended to it. And so I got curious. I started looking under like other tables and shit, and there are just fucking chicken bones everywhere in this and I'm like, when was the last time that y'all got somebody out here to clean this lobby? And I took a picture of it. I don't have it, but like literally there were just like dozens of chicken bones on the floor of this
Tons of
pizzeria. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I haven't been back. It's been like a week and a half, and I doubt I'll go again because I was so thrown off by all the chicken bones on the floor.
Yeah, if they don't clean the lobby on a regular basis, God knows when the last time they cleaned the kitchen and all the cooking equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
I just remembered an Animal Planet story.
Oh, that right?
It's racing related, but like it's not at a racetrack. So I was leaving Landon's shop. Oh man, it's probably been a month and a half ago now. I left at like 5:15 or so. So it was like right at 5:30, and on my way from where Landon's shop is to where I stay in Mooresville, I passed this bar that's really close to Landon's shop called Babes. It just reopened. It's like it used to be an old pool bar that had liquor, and a bunch of people would go and beat the hell out of each other, and
As you do.
it's now like reopened, and I guess they've polished the image, or so we thought. But I'm sitting at this, it's like a stop sign that crosses a highway, and I have to get on this highway, and the bar sits on the opposite corner. So I'm sitting there and I see this guy. Keep in mind, it's not even 5:30 yet. It's like 5:20 something in the Eastern Seaboard on a Thursday, not a Friday. And this guy comes stumbling out of the front door down the steps. And I'm like watching him because I'm like, damn, this dude's fucked up. And he goes to the corner of the building right there in front of everybody and just profusely vomits, like projectile vomits everywhere.
Trouble.
And I'm like locked on. I usually can't watch people puke, but I was so like fascinated with the sheer violence and force of this man's vomiting.
He probably just fell off a golf cart.
Dude, I am like sitting. I'm like, oh my God. He like gets back up. He does one of these. Turns around and goes back in.
Hell yeah.
That's how you do it. He's good to go.
I'm like,
As
oh my God.
much as I want to judge, I've been there.
Not
I
outside,
can't puke and
but-
rally, man. I can't puke and rally. When I puke, I'm done.
No.
Really?
Nah.
Dude, you feel
that's how you
so
rally.
good
Running
right
good.
afterwards.
Yeah, it's the second wig, dude.
Yeah, that's how you empty the tanks.
Usually,
so you can fill it back up
though,
again.
If I puke, like last time I puked, I damn near cried because I had the spins so bad, dude. Like,
Oh no.
I probably would have blown like a damn .60. Like, I mean, I was and I fucking puked, and I was like, thank God I'm puking. And I stood up. I'm like, fuck, I still can't walk. So I laid down, and the room's just spinning, and I'm like, I hope to God, like, please just kill me right now. Like, this is awful. Because I got into this shit. It was like 100 and something proof, and it went down like water. And so I was just drinking it,
was
having a
it?
good time. I don't remember.
Oh, no.
And
Alright,
I
that's
wasn't even
fair.
trying to get drunk. Like, I was just drinking it, having a good. It was me and one other person just hanging out. And before I knew it, I was bouncing off walls, walking down the hallway, and puking and having the spins and hoping I was dying. It was
Get a
awful.
breathalyzer, no, sir. You blew a .63.
Legally, you are dead, sir.
Like
You
we are
can,
surprised you are not like underground right now.
I wouldn't
In a
be that
morgue?
high. But that was probably Probably on up there.
Like if,
I've
if Dracula drank your blood, he would be completely shit faced.
Yeah, like I went to a bar one time that had like a breathalyzer you could stick a straw in.
Well, dude,
You had more alcohol. You had more alcohol in your blood than you did blood.
Yeah.
you can buy little breathalyzers. Like one of my friends has like a little one that he puts on his keychain. And,
Yeah.
Oh no.
so we go out and we can like we
and
compare high scores.
I had one
Well,
of
that's
those.
what I
and
do. I
some-
go for a high score.
Yeah.
Some weird, sketchy person, like a friend of a friend, stole that and a bunch of other stuff from a party I had in my first apartment on Halloween of 2011.
Damn.
They look like a vape. Which I
12
guess
They
years
kinda
ago,
do.
someone
You're
stole
like-
my little fucking breathalyzer and some credit cards and a couple phones. That bastard.
But yeah, first time I saw somebody do it, I was like, that's a keychain vape. But then I noticed they were blowing, and I was like, damn, they're doing it wrong.
Who's gonna tell?
I know it's an oldie but a goodie, but have you ever seen that video? I think it's like some just super drunk Russian dude. They hand him a breathalyzer and he just like starts trying to drink out of it.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people argue with it, like the one they bought. They're like, I got it off Amazon. No way it's right. This car ain't gonna drive it. So
That's cheap and accurate thing, yeah.
One of my favorite videos is I think it's somewhere in England.
Oh,
These
when
two
they
drunk
made
kids
it
outside of the
illegal?
club.
Oh.
And and he's the bouncer's filming and he's holding this guy's keys up to the camera and he's like, right, what's your name? And the kid's like, this is my name. And he's like, I don't think it's you, man. And he's just looking at the kid's keys and the kid's like, nah, dude, I'm that's me, that's my ID. And his friend's trying to be like, those are your keys, dude. Hey, those are your keys. And he's like, fuck off, man. And keeps trying to talk to the guard and just gets nowhere. His friend's like, dude, those are your keys. They're your keys. And he just over and over and over, and the guy's completely gone.
It reminded me of
Fantastic clip.
when they made drunk driving illegal. They did this news.
Yeah,
They did
yeah,
this
I
news
saw that.
thing in the
Was that
UK.
ever
yeah.
illegal?
And all these drunks were like, oh, I think I'm perfectly fit to drive. And then they'd blow like some astronomical number. And they're like, well, how do they know I'm drunk? It's crazy, man.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
I've never drove drunk. I would never
Good.
risk it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of people have, but I haven't.
that's fucked up.
Not a car.
Uber is always cheaper than a Dewey.
I've never driven on the road drunk. I guess I should say that.
Dude, Uber's been so clutch recently.
All right.
Like, I just go to comedy shows or like concerts recently. Like, not only like can you have some drinks and not have to worry, like you don't even have to worry about parking. Like, just
Yeah,
hey, hon, the Uber's here. All right, you go there, just have your fun, all right, and then all right, the Uber's here. Let's go home. Just
Yeah.
don't have to worry about parking. Don't have to worry about messing
Don't
with
have to clean
traffic.
puke.
Dude,
out of your
that
own
was the
car.
best. That was the best thing about living in downtown Greenville, like right there next to like city center. Like I could walk out there, get absolutely shit faced, somehow stumble my way back to my apartment, and just have a good ass time.
you don't want to puke in an Uber though, because they'll charge you $200.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
I've
cleaning
never puked in
fees.
one.
I've been concerned before, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
Like, screw the monetary value. Like, you don't want to be that person that puked in someone's
yeah.
Uber.
Yeah.
I puked. So I rode home.
At least roll down the window and puke
Have
outside.
that stigma.
in
of
the
it.
floorboard of an F-150 one time. Well, I ended up in a Waffle House. And I remember coming back
As one does.
because I puked in the bushes, and I still to this day don't remember where this
Not
was.
the
I just
bush.
remember being in the Waffle House.
Not the bush.
And
Cody's
I
in
came back
there.
too to this dude like trying to take my shoes. I was laying in a parking space. And I
Were
think
they
the
just
dude was
dangling out
like-
of the bush?
Yeah, I was laid out in a parking space. A bunch of people came up talking to me, like, you all right, dude? And I'm like, yeah, I just need a minute.
What kind of shoes
right.
did you have?
It was I don't know. He said something about my shoes.
All right.
I remember one time I
Sneak.
drunkenly fell asleep on top of a snowbank in a Denny's parking lot.
He was like it was like a homeless guy though. Like it wasn't like somebody who
Oh,
came out of
okay,
the Waffle
okay.
House like this guy's dead. It was some homeless dude who walked up to me and he kept saying something. I was so drunk, I was just like, I'm good, get the fuck on. And he kept saying something about my shoes. And I think he wanted to like, since he saw how fucked up I was, I think he wanted like somehow get my shoes off of me so he could take my shoes.
This is a pretty sweet kicks he got, man. I want them.
Yeah.
Really? I was vulnerable, man.
He's going after my feet.
Yeah.
Bigfoot fan.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That got rusty.
He said his name was Rusty or something. Dude. He's like, hey man, my name's Rusty.
Hey, I was
You
wearing
take
this
your
red
shoes off?
hat.
Yeah.
His beard.
I just want to see those feet real quick. He wasn't trying to steal your shoes. He
Wiggle
just
them
wanted to see your feet.
toes.
I wanted to trade him for some DLC, but he said he didn't have any on him, so I was like,
Damn.
God.
bad, man.
All right. That's Animal Planet, I think.
I'm sorry.
That was a hefty
fun.
one.
That was big, Animal Planet.
It's not Animal Planet without a story of Waffle House.
Yeah.
Especially the parking space outside of a Waffle House. Shout out.
Feet.
My days of rambling are long over, though. I don't do that anymore.
Rambling.
I want
Yeah,
to
like-
ramble.
Well, no, like just
That's like the
I guess
best part.
not rambling about things. I'll ramble about things, but I just mean like being a damn party animal.
All right.
I've mellowed out now.
That's good.
Press
never
X to
changed.
doubt.
Mellow?
Yeah, the racing season's about to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're early into the racing season.
Yeah.
All right. That's Animal Planet. I want to open up the media check-in real quick. To do some cross promotion. Travis, you said you're actually going to like bring back your podcast now.
Yeah. We had an episode come out today.
Castle?
Hey, yo.
Nah,
No,
Mooncast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you do like 3
it's
podcasts.
day.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah. I guess I do. I'm on the Huffman one.
Or you used to do 3. It's now 2, I guess.
Yeah. Now I'm on the Huffman one, but
You-
I'm not
you
on
were
it
on,
all
like-
the time.
Yeah, there's like multiple Huffman ones. I can't even keep.
Well, there's really only one Huffman one. There was Windshield Deep back in the day, but that was more like a live show. Now that Landon and Dylan both race, that one doesn't really happen. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
okay.
that was more centered around going to races and covering them. Whereas now they have their own deal. Dylan's got his own podcast too now that he does with Brandon Pierce, who also races in the car. So they race against each other, but they have a podcast together. So that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like actually put out more and more podcasts now because you've
Yeah,
done
I'll do
4
them weekly.
episodes in about a year so far.
Yeah. The problem was I had no structure before. So like I was just hopping on and rambling. Now I got my buddy Chris. And he's gonna kind of keep me on the straight and narrow where we're not just
Nice.
rambling and going through and kind of keep me on a schedule. So I dropped an episode this week where I just talk about it's actually really long. Most of them won't be this way. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, but it's the history of Mooncar and just kind of where everything came about and how it got to where it's at. Because I get that question a lot because a lot of people don't know really where we started. A lot of people just noticed when the Dale stuff happened around this time last year. So they don't realize that this has kind of been brewing since 2019. So
The tits and ass
I was
card.
gonna say we
Yeah,
were big
and even
tits
before
guys.
that-
like-
Yeah.
even before
Yeah,
that, like
even cunt.
yeah, championship underfunded national touring cup
Yeah.
was a thing that happened.
Jeez.
But yeah, so I told that and just kind of how I went from that to racing. And I think over like the next few episodes, like, yeah, we'll talk about shit that's actually happened, but also kind of want to tell my story of racing too and have that somewhere because I also get that question a lot. A lot of people don't realize that I legitimately had no racing experience and then got in a late model. So
Finished 12th.
yeah, finished 12th. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's my favorite bit. I
Big fan.
love it. I love it.
No matter what happens, I'm always gonna cite my 12th place finish in the Carolina Pro. Like,
dude.
even if I win a race, I'm gonna make sure that like I rank that win second to my 12th place finish at Hickory.
The world's got to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm fanboying out too much, but you've certainly got a life worth talking about. So I'm glad you got a podcast come back so you can have a platform to tell these fucking stories on.
Yeah, and I want to get to where I have some guests, and I got a couple people in mind who I think people will be interested to hear conversations with. So
All right.
we'll see.
Exciting.
Nice teaser.
Yeah, listen to Moodcast. Get it on Apple or Spotify.
And Google
Mm.
and iHeart, but for whatever reason, their shit don't refresh, and I got impatient. And nobody
Alright.
uses those anyway, so. But they are out there if you want to be different.
Dude, there's like 3 people that listen to this shit on Google Podcasts every week.
Really?
Who the fuck?
Dude, I put out a tweet being like, who does this? And I actually got replies from people who are like, Ricky Harden was one of them. He's like, yeah, I listen to Google
Those are just
Podcasts.
the dudes
Oh,
that
damn.
replied on Twitter.
Right.
There's probably dudes that listen that didn't reply to the tweet.
If you're listening to this show on Google Podcasts, send us an email, ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Let us know why. Genuinely curious.
If Ricky Harden's doing it, there's got to be a good reason.
Yeah, because he's a smart dude.
Yeah, Ricky's a smart dude, so there's obviously a reason. We just don't know why.
But now it's even weirder because they're adding YouTube podcasts.
I got a text from Ben about that today.
So yeah, this is technically a YouTube podcast as well, which all I did was I went to the playlist I already have for these and I clicked the button that said this is a podcast, and then it's like, okay, this is a podcast. No idea what it does.
So will it take it off your channel as a video? Because
Still video.
It's still okay.
No idea what it
never mind.
does.
Okay,
It's just like a special playlist.
makes sense.
But I guess I'll have to migrate it once we enact the master plan.
The shrimp master plan.
Yeah.
The diabolical shrimp.
Yeah. You know it.
I know it. I have an idea. I want to like hide a shrimp on my cars this year.
I have a shrimp for you to hide.
Oh,
Like specifically.
Oh yeah.
what's that supposed to mean? What is that?
Is that the?
What?
I've been delivered Tunisian dates.
Ooh.
Fried dates. Big fan.
Alright.
But yeah,
I'm not sure why it was worth interrupting this, but sure.
I'd like to hide a shrimp.
But yeah, I have a shrimp for you to hide.
Okay.
Is my point.
All right.
I can send
Can we
it to
get
you.
like a shrimp championship going where all of us hide a shrimp on a car and whoever like finishes highest of that week with the shrimp on the car, like gets
Who other than
gets the
Travis
win?
is gonna do this? What do you mean?
Listen, if you send me
Huh?
if you make me some shrimp stickers,
Okay,
I'll-
Caleb's like in a rap studio, so he can do that.
Yeah.
Listen, I can walk the pits in these dirt tracks where you like just talk to drivers.
Yeah,
like, yo,
boom.
mind if I slap
Yeah.
a shrimp just on your car?
So that's legitimately a thing.
I had a logo on my car in November. I got to the shop Monday and I was like, what the hell's that? And they're like, oh yeah, these guys wanted to put it on there. I'm like, did I get any money? And they said no. So I peeled it off before I took my post-race recap pictures. I'm over
You gotta
here
protect yourself.
skipping lunch so I can buy tires, and people are getting
Yeah.
stickers on my car for free.
The Canadian the NASCAR Pinties podcast guys, Stickers and
Bro,
Scuff
Cody.
that I work with. They just go up the Pinties pit lane and they've interviewed like all the drivers and they're just like, yo, can I put a sticker on your car? And they're like, hell yeah.
Dude,
Except the big money teams are like,
I'm laughing.
people
so
gotta
much
pay
just
money
'cause
for those.
I've seen the behind the scenes that I've seen like multiple like certain people like hey, this is like a memorial sticker so and so like passed away. Like you mind if we just throw this on like a I'm just picturing Travis coming back.
No,
from-
okay.
Like, who the hell is that?
He peels the grandma sticker.
I didn't even know him. No, it was not a memorial.
No,
I would
I
have
know,
definitely
I'm
done that
just-
for free. But like, yeah, if you have a dead relative or a dead friend, slap them on my car. That's fine.
Oh,
If you just
that's-
have like a brand or something, no.
There's that one guy who just puts his name on all the Xfinity cars, on all the back markers.
Oh, really?
If you ever see an Xfinity car that just says Brian Adkins on like the B pillar or the C pillar, like down near the wheels, I'm pretty sure he just goes up and down the pits and just put like, I don't know, he must give him money. I don't know if he's handing him cash or what, but he gets his name on like half of the Xfinity back markers and
Or
like
just
half
a
of the races.
nice
Just
dude
really
that's friendly
random.
and good with conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll know him and like him. It's just
Spanky's
interesting.
story.
still on one of Brennan Poole's cars.
Oh, inside, yeah.
Yeah, on the inside, because the chassis is named Spanky.
Holy shit.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw either Gabe or Case posting pictures of it here.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
We gotta
I was
get Gabe
scared
Wood
in
on this
Atlanta.
show.
Should buy that chassis, turn it into
Gabe
a
would be
car.
great.
I sat with him or next to him on the flight to Dakota, and back.
Dude, those pictures. We got pictures from him of you asleep and pictures from you of him asleep.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's simultaneous from both POVs.
Gabe
Yeah.
helped save core, by the way, for people tuning in.
He did. He did.
Shout out to Gabe.
There were some key players in saving core. Which, by the way, mark your calendars. We'll be back in 2 months.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm supposed
We
to release
announced
the
that yet?
schedule for that this week.
Too soon.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Um,
yo.
Yeah.
The Twitter account's not dead for once.
Can't wait for a fun brawl 1st through 10th, and then random people in 17th crying.
Well,
It's my favorite part.
I can announce it, right? It's my own league. Fuck them. We're good. We're running big power Gen 4 cars.
Oh dear
Mm.
God, that's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna be the biggest shit show.
Dude,
But there's
So-
gonna be some waterworks.
yeah, there are gonna be some people who are not gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be one of them.
I'll be one of them.
Yeah.
We'll need a ambulance for some of them though, I'm sure.
What do you mean I can't put in 5 hours of practice and then these like professional people are like beating me?
Pros. They're all pro drivers, all of them.
That's true.
Everyone who finishes ahead of me, pro driver. I'll be announcing the schedule whenever I make a graphic for it. So I don't know, probably like Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even Friday, maybe even later than that. I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna be looking for sponsors. Well, Ben's gonna be doing most of the actual work. And I'll be making graphics and stuff and talking big. So Core's coming back. Tell your friends and neighbors and coworkers about it. Media check-in. Is anyone doing anything fun? Watching things, playing things? What are we listening to?
I had an April Fool's Day video, but you know.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. I
It was
enjoyed
a
it.
great video. It was a great video.
was, like,
I sent it to some of
genuinely
my buddies, and they loved it.
All
Thanks,
right.
sir.
They could sense the bias. Like if we know Slap, there's a little bit of bias going in and like that side of
Hey.
things. So
It's a
Bias
slap
towards what?
video,
Bias
you know?
towards what?
just the manufacturer, the country origin. Like, come on. Like,
What? What is, you gotta get more specific.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm
I think
just
you're talking
saying.
about communism.
Hey, the AK is the only good thing that communism ever created. They couldn't make a refrigerator that worked, couldn't make a car that worked, but they goddamn sure could make a gun that worked.
Is
I
that
heard it-
still monetized, by the way, Slap?
Yeah, that's
Damn.
full green.
Wait, what
Based.
happened?
Slap for April Fools made a video about the history of the AK-74, and it's like a half-hour long, like deep dive into.
It's 15 minutes.
But-
Never mind. It felt like half an hour because it was that
quarter
So,
good.
but what's the? Who made it?
Slap shoes.
I did for April Fool's Day.
Oh, okay.
You like, and the one you made about that Smash tournament, like your April Fool's Day videos are like genuinely fantastic.
They're great videos.
They're just good videos.
All right,
Yeah,
Slap, I gotta ask you. Apparently, like the planes they build over I should say the jets they build over there are apparently based as well, where that like they can like take off from like somebody's backyard on like a gravel runway, and they're just like bulletproof like tanks. Like, is that true?
What, MiGs?
Yeah, the MiGs, especially like the MiG 25, the Foxbat. The problem was they built it like so it was capable of like even above like Mach 3 speed, so it could take out like American bombers that were like super high up, and American spy planes like U-2s and stuff that flew super high. The problem was they made a big deal about it, and they built a lot of them, and it scared the piss out of the U.S. And then the U.S. actually got one when a Soviet defected, and he like landed in Hokkaido, Japan, and he's like, "Yeah, I defect. I want to become an American. Here's like a full intact MiG-25." And then they looked at it, and they're like, "This thing's a fucking piece of shit. This thing isn't made out of titanium. This thing just has like two big ass engines strapped to it. It's made out of nickel steel. It weighs a ton. It can't turn. It can't maneuver. It can go in a straight line really fast, but that's about it."
That's about like that race car we traded the Pro for.
Yeah. Yeah, the Americans, before they got a hold of one of these things, like way overcompensated. They're like, holy shit, we got like they're building this super fighter. We got to build like something else, like just like it. So they built the fucking F-15, which has 151 aerial kills to 0 kill to death ratio. Which, by the way, it is the only undefeated fighter plane in the world. So like the Soviets are like now constantly behind the 8 ball, but yeah, you can build like a MiG-25 like in your backyard out of steel and some spare parts and shit.
That sounds like a good video.
It will go Mach 3. It does have a pretty good service record with some other countries, but yeah, that is that's our interim crazy ass moments in history, the MiG-25 fiasco.
That's good. I was gonna mention something. Oh, on the video game front, since we're in the media check-in, fired up Dirt Rally 2 for the first time in like literally 2 years the other day. Fucking fun game, man. I gotta play that some more. And it doesn't run like poo either, because it's from like 2018 or whatever, so it still looks good and doesn't murder my PC. Big fan. I'll probably be streaming that like this week or something. And like no game will humble you as a driver like Dirt Rally 2 will.
Yeah.
Like you can go into that game and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I've driven tons of virtual race cars and all the sims, and you just go in there 2 turns in, you're flipping. That game will fuck you up, but in the best way. Big fan. Especially the rallycross in that game. I love it. Genuinely love it. And I didn't realize like how much content there is in that game and how often it goes on sale. That thing's on Steam right now for like $5. You can get the entirety of Dirt Rally 2, and then you can get the like full DLC pack for like 15 or 20 bucks. And you have like years worth of content right there.
If you got VR headset, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, that too. They got VR. Yeah, big fan. If you feel like rallying, try to. It's amazing like how cheap that shit is.
Puking and rallying,
man.
Because like that amount of content in iRacing would be like thousands of dollars, and you'd have to keep paying for it.
Yeah.
But literally on Steam, you just get that shit, $15. You have everything you need. Which is one of the reasons I really do not care about Rallycross and iRacing. Unless it had AI, then maybe we'd talk. In other video game news, I learned how to put paints into BeamNG.
Oh?
So
there might be some stuff coming that you might be interested in.
I was not aware of this.
Eddie on a secret project?
I am. I am.
Hell yeah.
And there's some other parties involved that people will be excited about. Gotta say though, putting paints into Beam, pain in the dick. It's genuinely impressive how hard they've made it to just put a design on a car in that game.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. We're figuring it out.
I've been hooked on like storm chasing videos the past like 3 days.
Cody's got you covered.
Dude, it's
it was an F1, bro.
Well, I found that video I was talking about of that lady getting sucked out of the door.
Oh shit. All right, hold on.
Yeah, I attached I attached a picture for mine as well, but Friday night after work, I was trying to get some sleep, and I got awoken at 1:30 with a tornado warning. And like usually when we have tornado warnings, like it's not that bad. Like it'll be like across the county or something. I turned on the news and there was like an active tornado like 2.5 miles from my house. This is a subdivision that's literally like a 10-minute drive from where I'm at. Just got fucking decimated. So
Jesus,
that was fun, but. I've been hooked on some like tornado storm chasing videos.
One of the things I think about when people post their like clips of like big ass like tornadoes, they're like, "This is the greatest moment of my life. I never thought I'd see anything like this." And it's like it literally destroyed.
Yeah, like just
everybody. People are dying.
Sucked up
like,
50 dudes.
This
like,
is ruining people's lives.
People's lives are over, and it's just like
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
dude. Yeah, there's some of them that I try to avoid. There's one by his name's Reed Timmer. And he's just so fucking annoying because he'll just like yell in the mic, like literally like a school's getting sucked up with like dozens of school children inside. He's like, "Oh shit, did you get that on video? Holy fuck! Oh my fucking!" It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
dude, The other thing that makes me feel weird is like sports teams, like the Carolina Hurricanes, just named after natural disasters that have killed so many people. The Colorado Avalanche, like people die there because of that, and then they're like, "Yeah, go Avalanche" in the sports stadiums. Like
New York's got to rename some of their teams.
To what?
Not the
Got it.
I don't know the joke.
He got me. He got my ass. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull up this Cody video.
I don't know what the joke was.
I'll
Yeah,
just say
me
shout
neither.
out to Aaron Rodgers and leave it at that.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Wow. That's New Jersey, by the way. That's not New York. They got.
Do I need audio for this, Cody?
What about
not
the
necessarily.
Texas
It wouldn't
Rangers, like
hurt.
certified war criminals?
I don't feel like setting up the audio thing, so.
Oh, dude, this was crazy. My favorite part is when they think they can shut the door.
Oh yeah, I saw this. What
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
are
yeah.
they thinking?
Skip to like, hold on. Yeah, skip forward to like a minute 40 or so.
A minute 40. God, I didn't realize you could put a video this long on Reddit.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see all the debris and shit. Like,
Alright, sweet.
are
Yeah,
you
we
stupid?
can hear it too.
Oh
We can
my
hear it.
god. Oh my god.
This
I will
bitch
say-
got what she deserved.
So they're standing by this glass door. They don't even have it locked.
But it
Like,
didn't
you
look
just
that
do?
bad until right
You just
here.
twist the little thing to lock it.
Oh.
I
Oh.
actually get sucked out like the intro to Twister.
Oh
Dude,
my
hold the
god.
cellar
This is
door.
gnarly.
I don't think
Is
they
she in the
realized-
cell?
They didn't realize the direction it was coming from. I'm telling you. If you go back
No,
and watch,
but
they
they're
think it's
double
coming-
doors.
I know, but they think it's coming straight at them. So they're like, oh, this ain't that bad. What they don't realize is directly to their left is the whole fucking tornado. Because watch, you see the power flash and then watch
Yeah.
the wind.
Oh my god.
They're like, oh shit, this is actually bad.
Dude, this footage
Yeah,
is
this is
nuts.
why. Yeah, this is why people tell you to get the fuck away from
They
doors
Why
and
did they
windows.
hold on
like,
to the phone?
They were
like
hurt,
what? It,
though.
like they're. I don't understand. This video pisses me off because they're standing in
Oh.
front of a fucking glass door. What do they think shutting it is gonna do when a fucking tree trunk comes in and impales their ass?
Hey man,
And they're
they wanted that video.
And they're
Oh,
just
the
in
glass is
broken
broken.
glass, yeah, laying on the
Dude,
floor.
Speaking of crazy videos and Caleb talking about storm chasing one, I saw the second one I posted on Reddit. That's pretty much the end of the first one.
Wait, was there somebody on the toilet holding the dog? What was that?
Yeah, was that a lady holding a dog?
Let's go to the instant replay.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Oh,
Definitely.
There's
Yeah.
a lady with a dog.
In a
She was a
bathroom,
whole lot
yeah.
smarter than the two that were fucking
Yeah.
standing out in the
I
front
would.
of the
Yeah,
fucking
It's
door.
true.
Exactly.
she was fine.
Skip
All
forward
right, Cody
in
sent in
one
this video.
to like 45 seconds. I saw
You
this
You
one
can see
on
the
Reddit.
most
No,
replayed.
I saw this one on Reddit too. Someone posted like a stupid like edited version of it, but this is like the unedited from the original. This is one of those tornado interceptor vehicles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an armor plated like.
Oh, the ones that like attach
Humvee.
to the ground.
And they have
Yeah.
things that, yeah, they have like drills that like drilled into the fucking ground. Watch, dude, this gets nuts. And the sound is just insane.
Was this recent?
This is like 9 years ago. No, this is a pretty old video, but I just recently saw like a resurface just
Yeah.
edit on Reddit.
This video is fucking crazy.
At
Jesus
one point, they
Christ.
slowed down something. Like, I swear you can see a fucking cow go flying by at like Mach 2 at one point.
These guys are idiots. Like, why would you like do
For
this?
science.
Yeah, they're doing all this for science.
What do they
The
got? Those like pop cans in the back of the flatbed trying to get sucked up? Like, what?
The
What?
interceptors are crazy. Like
Dude, look
Have you
at
not
the
seen
amount
these
of
cars?
they have,
Look at
yeah, they have
this.
bulletproof glass, like full armor plated. They look like
Holy
fucking
shit.
tanks, and they're
They
just
got like
dedicated to it.
20,000 pounds of like steel plating like surrounding
Wait,
the
was
entire
this
outside.
2 years ago?
9
No,
years
this is
ago.
like yeah,
oh,
forever
yeah. I
ago.
was about to say. I hope they're wearing masks.
But just look at that.
2013. So this was 10 years
That's
ago.
Holy shit!
Oh, they're in the middle of it. Fuck.
That sound.
Dude, I like
Jesus
how
Christ.
like you have to be like shitting your pants
There,
right now.
right there. Go back. People in the comments. People in the comments were saying that was
Can we
legit
go
a
frame
cow.
by frame? What the fuck is that?
That's half a cow or a person or something.
Dude,
That
that's
looks like the
that's
back
its
half, to
upper
be fair.
right leg, like in the up.
Dude, they got taken at terminal velocity, dude. What the fuck?
It was a steak when it landed.
Oh, yeah, ground beef, anyone?
Ground beef, 100% lean.
I know the visuals are crazy, but it's that sound that just makes me just go, holy shit.
Well, and like the whole like, imagine like how fast everything is moving right there. Like literally everything is a bullet at this speed.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
holy fuck.
Yeah, so
I don't
You
know
see
what
that
that
spark
was.
on the front
Flashes,
windshield?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is fucked.
Imagine their heart rate and just the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you'd be
That.
fearing for your life.
Just imagine the adrenaline rush after once it starts to calm down and you,
How
you know
long
you're
was
all
that
right.
too?
Dude, they were in the peak of that for like at least 2 straight minutes.
Damn.
Dude, that
Oh,
was a
damn.
big boy tornado.
That's
That
Yeah, I'd love
crazy.
to. I'd love to
Boy,
see
that was
exactly
almost
what
wide boy.
tornado that was and what kind of like measurement was on that.
Northern Kansas, May 27, 2013.
May in Kansas, yeah, that could have been like one of 800 tornadoes.
Yeah, yeah. I watched I'm not gonna show it. I watched a crazy video of some guy who was like skiing out of bounds, like in the back country, like amongst the trees, in like just tons of snow. And he just sees like a flash of color as he's like
Oh, the
going by. And he's like,
snowboarder.
oh shit, yeah, and he stops, and there's a snowboard sitting on the top of the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts digging, and there's a dude completely upside down, like head 6 feet under the snow with just his board sticking
Buried.
out.
Unable to move, just entombed.
Oh,
Yeah, and he like he digs to his like mouth so the guy can breathe, and then gets his shovel out and like fully digs him out. And that guy was absolutely gonna die if that skier didn't find him.
Dude, that guy was calm.
Oh, he
as
lived?
Shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, the guy
Holy
was
shit.
calm as shit too. The moment he got like his mouth undug, he was like, "Hey, man."
yeah,
I would've
yeah. He's like,
freaking
"Are you
out.
okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude."
He was like, "Just sit there. I'll like start digging the rest of you." I was like, "All right, cool, thanks."
He of course did interviews with local news, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought I was gonna die. I just thought I was dead. Couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything, couldn't breathe, just under snow, upside down, completely stuck.
Unable to move. Oh my god, dude, that's
It's fucked." That's why you always go with a buddy who like you're with.
I have a slight bit of claustrophobia. Well, what if they're in front of you and what if your camera shuts off?
I've been waiting a while for that one.
Got him.
But what if they're in front of you and you're the dude in the back and like he's not necessarily paying, like staring behind him and you'd fall and by the time he gets to the bottom of the run, like you're fucking still halfway up, just buried.
Yeah, but at least you can send someone to go get him, right?
Well, by the time they get up there 20 minutes later, you're
Well, yeah,
Run
I
out of
know,
air.
but you'll still have a chance. Like that guy, if that random skier didn't come by, like no one's coming for him. He's fucked. It's over. So yeah, be safe.
fan.
Travis, it is 10:30 if you got to do your
oh
thing.
shit. Yeah. Well, it was fun. I'll be back at some
Will
point.
you?
Time
All
to
right,
load
cool.
up Twitch.
All right, well,
No, this is the last one. He can't be back.
Yeah. Well, whatever y'all's new
twitch.tv/mooncar.
podcast is, when y'all.
no. There's no
There's
new
no more
podcast.
podcast.
This
Yeah,
is the
that's
last
dead.
episode of this ever.
So-
You'll never be back. So, sorry.
So after this one dies, y'all are done.
Yeah, we're done.
This one's
We're all-
dead already.
and we're-
Like this
and
is
we're
the
gonna
last
die.
episode
Yeah,
of this show.
this has been a dead man walking for 40 weeks. So
Well, I fucking hated every second of it. I will see you guys when I see y'all. Goodbye.
Bye, Travis.
Yeah.
We love you.
Kill yourself.
Twitch.tv/moonhead.
And listen to Mooncast. All right, we got to go through emails.
Send
Yeah, I'm just like,
your
oh shit.
fucking mail.
We only
I
have
thought
two.
this show was gonna end like an hour ago.
Send
Like,
This was a good one.
This is a
Send them
beefy.
in, guys.
Not done yet.
I'll show you beefy like that cow in the tornado.
That was 100% a cow.
Fan mail.
Was it?
Fan mail.
yeah, that was the
It
whole
was.
head leg, the rear leg.
Fan mail.
That's like that scene in
It was
Twister.
whole. It just had
We-
like the
we got
the
cows.
legs like folded underneath it.
We've evolved past the need for fan mail theme song. We just talk over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, when you've heard the same thing 20 times.
It's a
Aw,
damn
hey.
good theme song.
Yeah,
Don't be
it is
I love
mean.
it.
good.
I love it, but I mean, there's also
Hating.
cows to be talked about.
Listen, if you prefer our fan mail theme song to us talking about dead cows, send us an email to shrimphourspresents@gmail.com. You can also send questions, concerns, and other notes and notices, and we'll read them on the show. Because we only got 2 this week, so we're gonna need
Oh
you to
my-
send them in for next time.
Send them in, guys.
Oh, there also is no next time, so don't.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because we keep saying that people aren't sending us emails.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Might be onto something. Andrew R, our friend down under, always reliable.
Down under.
That's what the R stands for. Okay, so he's talking about how the Camaro is getting discontinued as a car. What the heck did they do about NASCAR? Are they gonna make Corvettes? No, those are mid-engine now. That'd be kind of weird. And apparently they're getting rid of Camrys, at least in Japan and Australia for now. But
Excuse
it'll probably happen in
I haven't
America.
heard on the
Excuse me?
Camry.
They're getting rid of Camrys in Asia and Australia, I think, apparently, according to Andrew R. And the R does stand for reliable.
R
So what
stands
happens?
for wrong. Hold on.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Supra Cup car, but I don't know what the hell
Wrong.
Chevy's gonna do.
Wrong.
They might just pretend the Camaro exists, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like the
Interesting.
Honda, not NSX, the like GT or whatever they called it.
Okay, I just looked up
when the
context for
NSX died
this.
in Super GT.
Well, this is kind of
Go
a
ahead.
question for Slap. Is there precedence where like the car dies, but they can continue on like the branding and the look?
Yeah, typically it's 2 years. I mean, they ran the Dodge Intrepid clear into 2006.
Yeah.
Well, in
Yeah.
2004, it was a Dodge Stratus, but they called it an Intrepid when they were just kind
Yeah.
of waiting for the Charger to come out.
Yeah. I just looked it up. It says that so by the end of 2023, Toyota's going to stop selling the Camry, but that's exclusively for Japan. In US and other global markets, they are keeping the Camry. So,
Okay.
but
They should be running
Yeah.
Supras in Cup already, in my opinion.
yeah, I agree because it like Camry's really matched with like the Chevy SS and the Ford Fusion vibe, whereas now it's like Camaro,
Yeah,
Supra,
that's not the meta anymore.
Mustang. Yeah, but I don't know. I think the Camaro will probably carry us over into like the Camaro Mustang. I would bet carries us over into the next gen, like the next gen, where we're running probably
Electric cars, yeah.
electric, and we'll see some electric model cup car, which NASCAR would be dead by then. So
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Glove.
yes,
Other email. This one comes in from Mr. Ass.
Mr. the Ass Man?
Yeah. And the subject line is PSA, what not to do when you fart in the checkout line. And he says,
Wait, did Cody just
yeah. Did somebody just fart?
Cody just literally I saw the light. Oh, hold on.
Jesus Christ.
That's a wet one.
Are you guys
So he
really that
says,
gullible?
so I work at a grocery store and I was bagging some groceries. And I'm gonna read this next sentence exactly the way that he wrote it.
Uh-oh.
Everything was going fine until the guy I was bagging ripped ass.
Uh-oh. I hope it wasn't a...
It's like the story I told last week, man. Like it's like hold on.
You gotta word it better than that.
I hope it wasn't a stinky one.
The guy I was bagging ripped ass.
Yeah, I love when I'm bagging guys and fucking rip ass.
I looked at him, but I didn't say anything. I got back to bagging and hoped to God he wouldn't say anything. But then he said, "Did you hear that?" I just looked down and hoped my coworker would answer, but he didn't. The guy asked me if I heard it again, and I quietly said yeah, and kept on bagging. When I finished, he fist bumped me and said thanks for not laughing.
Oh.
Jesus.
That's an
Uh,
animal planet. That's
Whatever you get paid, dude, it wasn't enough.
if you fart in the checkout line at a grocery store, just don't bring it up. I don't think that needs to be said, but apparently I'm wrong.
That's grounds for following him home and blasting him. I was
In Roblox.
in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Just slash his tires after that. Follow him out in the parking lot. Just be like, motherfucker, you gotta go.
You can't be doing that. That is bottom tier Animal Planet. Ugh.
I might be sub.
You are an
Animal Planet.
animal worthy of neither pity nor mercy.
Need that on a shirt. What do we call this?
Cow in a tornado.
Yeah, I was about to say cow in a tornado.
We call it cownado.
Sure.
Cownado, yeah, that's a good one.
An F1 cownado.
F1 cownado. That's good. People are gonna think it'd be about racing, but that's fine.
It kind of is. We did talk about the
did talk
F1
about
tornado at the beginning of the race.
It's a double entendre.
I also enjoyed the like West Kansas Animal trilogy.
That was a beefy Animal Planet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome
that's-
back, Cody.
This weekend certainly made up for my lack of animals in the last couple months.
He's come back a changed man.
Come back a changed animal.
Dude, did they pee on your cow? God, fuck this.
What?
Cow? Just end it.
Hit the button. Hit the button. It's over.